Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mr. Amos Kester, your favorite animal scientist. We're back here in Anambra State, city or community known as Nofia. We've made a video from here before. In a previous video, we're still very much under construction, but this time the farm has a new look and we have a lot of things done already now. So we're going to show you just what we have done. Like we started the last video, that's the residential quarters. You can see an upstairs there. It's where the farm attendants stay and work. And this is brought in here to ward off the dogs in the compound. Usually we have dogs in the night. We release them and they move about just for security purpose. So that's why we've kept it this way. So we're going to take you inside now and just show you briefly what we have. This is our water trench for the snails. It enables us to keep away predators like ants and everything crawling from the ground. And here we have our water tanks. These are mobile ponds. They are called mobile ponds because you can transfer them from one location to the other. Just in case we don't need this one here anymore, it can be removed and transferred to a different location. So that's why we call them mobile ponds. They come in different sizes and shapes. So it depends on what you want. It's designed according to your taste. So you can see this one is bigger than this. So as much as it's bigger, it also contains more fishes inside. So that's the way it's designed. So you can see the fishing net on top of it. These nets are placed here to ward off birds. Birds are predators to fishes. Many times you have a fish farm and you don't know how your fishes vanish. Most times it's as a result of bird predation. So with this net, it keeps away any birds from preying on your fishes. So that's why it is designed like this. So this is our grass cutter structure. You can see last time we were here, it was completely empty, but this time the cages have been constructed and well designed. So you can see we have also screened the outside of the windows to ward off any entry of rodents, because one of the major predators to grass cutter is rodents like mice and rats. So you come in now, you can see the cages have been brought inside. They are all been installed. We have 16 cages of 5 tiers. So this is what we mean by tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Usually we have just 4-step and 5-step cages. So these are 5-step cages. But you must be well experienced with grass cutter to handle 5-step cages, because the upper cage is usually very difficult to handle for learners. So that's why most times it's just good for you to have a 4-step cage, especially when you're not as tall like me. So if you're not as tall as myself, of course, your hands won't get here. So you have to cut your coat according to your size. So anyway, that's just by the way. So we have 5-step and 4-step cages. So here we have 16 5-step cages. And each of these cages can house 5 colonies of grass cutter. Each colony to a particular step. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that would be 5 steps and 5 colonies. So you can see the way they are housed. So we make sure you have access to all the cages at the same time. So the windows are quite small in order to prevent the inflow of excessive air or airflow. And also we designed it in a way that there's lighting inside the structure irrespective of the small windows. So this is perfect for grass cutter production. So you have to keep away your grass cutters from rodents, because rodents carry a disease called Lassa fever, and most of them want to feed on the food you give to your grass cutters, and that's not ideal. So that's why you must secure your grass cutter house from rodents. Okay, so we're going to take you to the snail farm now and briefly show you around and call it a day. So this is the door to the snailery. We actually had issues with rain splashing into the snail house, so that's why we covered this part completely, but the other side is open for ventilation. So this is where we go in from. So you can see what it looks like. It's well secured, and this whole part is open for ventilation. So we cannot seal it completely because we need good amount of airflow inside the building. So that's why we've done it this way, to ward off the rain, the splashes from the rain, and also to help keep the environment cool. Snails are cold-blooded animals, so they like the environment to be very cool. So it has been designed as such. So you can see that this whole part that is left open, the water doesn't splash from this part because of the greenhouse and the wall from the fence. So this helps to keep our ward off the rain, splashes from the rain. So these are the concrete pens where we do the production, the incubation, the hatching. Of course, I've explained that in several videos. We do all things production here, and we have some snails that have been produced, young snails that are waiting to go into the greenhouse. Unfortunately, the greenhouse is not completely ready to receive snails yet. We've cultivated and we're still waiting for the vegetation to take shape before we introduce the young ones. So we're just going to show you the inside of the greenhouse, and we'll call it a day because we promised to bring you this video when the farm is fully set, and we're just keeping to our word. So we'll take you to the greenhouse now. Alright, so we are inside the greenhouse now, so you can see what it looks like. Everything behind me is green on the ground, so that's why it's called a greenhouse. Now if you come inside, you will see the difference and why we have actually not introduced the young snails yet. Now when you look down, you will see that it's completely green, but over here the vegetation has not taken shape, so that's why we cannot bring in the snails. You can introduce snails when there are bare openings like this, because the snails tend to hide under the vegetation during the daytime and they come out to feed in the night. So we're going to wait until the entire greenhouse is as green as that part of it. That's when we start introducing the young snails. So you can see the sprinklers. With this, we regulate the watering of this greenhouse. So once we put it on, it sprinkles and covers the whole of this area. So we have them in strategic locations in order to wet the greenhouse evenly, so you don't have one patch wet and one patch dry. So that's how we fix these sprinklers. So because it's not ready, we've not brought in the feeding rack as well. So once the vegetation is okay for introduction of snails, we'll bring in the feeding racks and do every other necessary thing that needs to be done before the snails are introduced. So of course, it's not different from what you've been seeing from our previous videos. So it's just another greenhouse here in Naufia, Anambra State. So we're going to call it a day now. Of course, the number to reach us is +2348068525032. And don't forget, we always appreciate you, your comments, your likes and everything. That's what gets us going and keeps us going. So we want to say thank you very much. And of course, if this is your first time of seeing our videos, we have over 100 videos on the YouTube. So you can just click on that red subscribe button, click on the bell icon, so every time we upload our videos, we'll give you a notification. And of course, it also allows you to see other videos we have. So until we come your way again, it's bye bye and God bless you.